If you're entertaining kids over the school holidays, you should tie hard to get along to Monkey Bar Theatre Company's production of Thairiffic, because I've heard it's diabolically funny. Oliver Phommavanh is the author of the book Thairiffic, on which the play is based, and he's with us now in the studio. Welcome, Oliver.
Hello, Katrina.
I hope you won't be tongue-tied today, Oliver.
I love those. I love how those puns really tie me up. So
yeah, tie and stop me. Okay, Oliver, you grew up in Western Sydney, didn't you? Is there still a bit of a Westie in there, Oliver?
Absolutely. I've actually never left the West, actually. So I grew up in Kenny Vale, moved out Liverpool with my parents, and now I'm back living in Cabramatta.
Okay, so it's really home for you.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and how autobiographical is Thairiffic? Did your parents really run a Thai restaurant?
No, they didn't actually. But they were really great Thai cooks, and they always made it a point to show it off no matter what. So if it was like a end of year feast or multicultural day, or even just things like my birthday party, they would just go all out and just cook like trays and trays of food. And all my friends would love it, but I would always be in the corner going, I wish my parents would stop hogging the spotlight. Oh.
So they were taking the limelight off you with all their food.
Yeah, that's right.
And so tell us about the main character, Lengi, in your book. Okay, what's it all about for him?
Yeah, so Lengi is basically my alter ego when I was a kid, essentially. So it's a boy who, he's sort of growing up in Australia, and he doesn't really feel Australian, so he really wants to fit in, but he feels like he can't shake off his parents' sort of pressure for him to be more Thai, so speak Thai in public, embrace Thai food, learn how to cook. And so he starts high school wanting to start afresh, but obviously his parents and his sort of Thai heritage sort of catch up to him.
Yeah, you can't escape who you really
can't escape
are.
it, mostly because he lives in a Thai restaurant, and so the food kind of lingers on. And he meets a best friend named Rajiv, who's just absolutely crazy about Thai food. And so, like, when the two become friends, I think Lengi realizes that, there are some pretty cool things about his heritage and also his parents too.
Is that a journey that you went on yourself?
A little bit, yeah. I was a little bit embarrassed by my family in that sense of, like, I just wanted to be like a normal kid as well and wanted to fit in. But looking back now, I really do appreciate my parents and their, I guess, efforts for me to really like stay in touch with my Thai roots, like learning more about my heritage, and also just little things like the Thai food, and also keeping up with learning Thai as well.
Okay, so what would you say you value most about your Thai heritage now that you're an adult?
I think it's the fact that, like, people are generally interested in the food, and that's okay. Even though my favorite foods are still burgers and pizza, I still appreciate my mum's home cooking, and all the spicy food. I also appreciate the fact that, like, Thailand is such a lovely place. I would go back every 2 years to see all my cousins or all my relatives. And, they say Thailand is a land of smiles, and it's so true. Just when you go over there, they're so laid back, they're so easygoing, even more easygoing than Australians, funny enough.
Really?
Like, they're just so hopeful.
Maybe that's why Thai people fit in so well in Australia.
I think so. I think there's a lot of similarities between Thailand and Australia, which Thairiffic explores as well.
Okay. So as a writer, you first got noticed when you contributed to the Alice Pang book, Growing Up Asian in Australia. And you've been described as a voice of modern Asian Australia. Is that a big part of who you are as a writer?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I grew up not be able to relate to any of the kids that I saw on the cover of the books that I used to read when I was a kid. And so I wanted to write books that had an Asian Australian voice, but also contemporary stories as well, not stories set back in the past. And so I wanted the kids to realize that not only they can read about themselves in the books, but also it reflects their classrooms, their schools. Like, all my stories are based out in Western Sydney in some way or form. And so I wanted to show kids that you can see yourselves in stories, but also you can actually be a writer as well if you want to. Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm talking to Oliver Phommavanh. He's the author of Thairiffic. The play is on at Darling Quarter from July 4th to 8th. Now, just briefly, Oliver, before we get to the play, you're also a comedian. So why do you want to make people laugh?
I want to make people laugh because I want them to take the gloss off of my spiky hair. I think, what, when I always was a bit of a class clown, but I also wanted kids to like me for being funny as well. So I did work hard on my craft when I was a kid, reading lots of joke books and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, I'm always one of those guys that, well, I mean, I'm a bit weird. That's basically what it comes down to. I'm a weird guy. I write about weird kids, strange kids. And so for me, humor is a great way to sort of like let that weird angle sort of come to the forefront. but also get kids to realize that there are, my books do have some serious issues in there too, but you can always laugh about it from a distance and always find the funny in all kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay. What's it like to see your novel adapted as a play? Have you had much control over that?
It's a dream come true, actually. Like I remember the director Lisa Freshwater, she approached me a couple of years ago. I knew her back at another stage production that we did together, and she really liked the essence of Lenny's journey, from sort of like reluctantly accepting his parents' heritage and his culture, but also embracing what it is to be Thai Australian. And so from there, like I was involved in the early stages of like seeing the draft come to life. Nathan Luff, who's the playwright, did an excellent job of taking all the best bits from Thairiffic and then just mirroring them into like a whole new kind of storyline. So if you've read the book, you'll get something fresh out of the play.
So it doesn't follow the book exactly. It's something
that's
new.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's what the best plays or movies do. Like, they always take the best bits, but also kind of present it in a brand new way as well. So.
Is there one thing that they've changed that you're not happy about?
A bit too much Thai food, I think. I think but like I think they've done a really fantastic job. I've rehearsal started last week, and I sat through the first run through last week, and I've been going in to check things out and seeing all the costume designs. There's a lot of multimedia happening as well, so not just the stage itself, but also a little bit of cartoons as well in there. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Now, the thing about Thai food is the aroma. So are you going to fill the theatre with the smell of Thai food?
We're thinking of actually setting like a Thai store in the foyer. So
I think you should.
As the kids leave, or as the audience leaves, the pad Thai and the curry is just right in front of their faces. And I think if I tell my mum, she'll probably whip something up, I reckon. So that actually might happen, actually. I think we might have a deal with a neighbouring Thai restaurant somewhere and just make that happen. Because I think after you've seen the play, not only will you be laughing hard, you'll also be hungry and craving Thai food as well.
All right. Is there a serious side to this as well?
Yeah, I think it's it's making the best of both cultures. I always tell kids that, like, you can be Australian, but also you can also draw from your cultural background as well. And there's always that fusion and that mesh. And sometimes it takes a while for kids and people to realize that. But at the end of the day, like, I think that sense of belonging and acceptance is really important. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, now before you go, can I quiz you about yourself?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so you got to answer true or false, all right? You listen to Tay-Tay, true or false?
True, yes. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. In fact, I'm a big pop fan altogether. So growing up, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Westlife, and even now, anything pop I'm into, so...
I mean, I can't believe you actually put Westlife on your website.
I love Westlife. I saw them live a couple of years ago and it was a dream come true. I tick off the bucket list, the best love songs you've ever heard.
All right, let's just leave it there. I can't talk about Westlife anymore.
Yeah.
When Harry Met Sally is on your list of favourite movies, true or false?
True. I'm also into romantic comedies as well.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you were born in Thailand, true or false?
False. Yep. So born and bred in Sydney. Born in Auburn Hospital.
Awesome. And you've run a marathon?
True. Yes, I've ran a marathon 2 years ago. I love jogging. Jogging is a really great stress relief for me. And so I'm actually going to be doing the marathon again this year as well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Your all-time favourite book series is Harry Potter.
Yes. Oh, no, it's not.
It's
true. What am I talking about?
It's false.
It's false, actually. My favourite books are funny books. So Roald Dahl, Paul Jennings' books. I think they were the books that really hooked me onto writing and wanting me to be a writer. And also, you can't go past the legendary Andy Griffiths. So.
Now, I'm afraid you've got that answer wrong.
Did I?
Because on your website, it's John Marston, Tomorrow When the War Begins.
Oh, you know what? I did forget about that, actually. Yes, you're right. Tomorrow When the War Began. I'm getting flashbacks to my high school days now. But yes, I love that series too.
Just kidding. All right, your A-League team is Sydney FC.
False. I'm a Wanderers supporter, so I can take heart in that we beat them once this season, and so we broke their streak. But
your favourite video game is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Absolutely, yep. And if you're looking at this via camera, you can actually see my spiky hair. It's not blue. I did beg my mum when I was a kid to dye my hair blue, so I look like Sonic, but she kept saying no. But I still have dreams of doing that one day.
And finally, your favourite Thai food is pad Thai.
I'm going to say yes, because that's the meal I always have when I go to a brand new Thai restaurant to test it out. But I do have a soft spot as well for duck curry as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Oliver.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Katrina.
That's Oliver Phommavanh, and he's the author of Thairiffic. It's at the Monkey Bar Theatre production, showing at Darling Quarter Theatre from the 4th to the 8th of July.